See, I've seen her mad at you before, and I've seen her use you as a pinball. Okay? Stop acting like a tough guy. Do I need to show these guys how you were running upstairs and running from Shanny like you was a little scaredy cat?
Because I didn't sleep the couple nights before because of everything with Gman. Me and Jason, we were like completely manic out of our minds, avoiding our freaking site we were at.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? You saw that in the intro. Shannyforchrist, Rev, and Gman, they're beefing again. It's like old times. We're basically getting a bum fights 2.0, but with a whole lot less action and a lot more slanderous words getting thrown around. So if you don't know or you haven't been keeping up, Shannyforchrist ditched Buff Weeb about 2 weeks ago, which is basically just a game show. I'm not even going to call it a game show. It was basically Shanny, Rev, and two other homeless dudes for some reason sitting up in an apartment hearing such slanderous TTS messages as well emoji, well emoji, well emoji, pig emoji, and Shanny couldn't take it anymore. The $400 measly she earned for like a night or two, you know, it wasn't worth it. So now they're sleeping in a tent, and as someone pointed out to me, they're sleeping in like a water drain area. So anytime it rains heavily, they're going to get washed out. And sure enough, that's absolutely what happened. But yeah, that's basically, I'm sorry for even saying that now. That's like way in the video, but it's just too funny to not mention. The stupidity is off the charts. Basically, if I was to have an IQ meter going on the first clip I'm about to show you, it would be peaking at 0, probably like right into the negatives. The Mariana Trench of IQ is Shanny, Rev, and Gman, and you gotta think, what are they arguing about? Well, Gman is upset because Shannyforchrist and Rev won't chill with him anymore, and he can't use them like puppets. So what does Gman decide to do? Well, he goes to a homeless encampment and starts harassing 2 homeless people. And like a true man, Rev just sits in his tent and takes it. He was about to send Shannyforchrist after him, but you guys know, when Shanny's in the tent, she's either got leg problems or her teeth are hurting a little bit, and you know, she just wasn't feeling it at the time. And Rev, he's certainly wasn't going to take the risk. So they just had to sit there and argue back and forth as Rev just sit there and cowered in the back, just hoping that Gman wasn't being serious. And the craziest part about it all is that one of their quote-unquote homeless friends, you guys know how Shanny is anymore. She's like, the homeless community, we stick together. We love one another and we would never betray each other. Literally got one of their friends, quote unquote, who's known for like, I don't know, a month or so, basically just tagging along with Gman. Like, hey, you tell him, Gman, stranger I've never known. You've got to think that Shanny and Rev somehow in a homeless encampment where amphetamines are passed around more than a doctor's office Shanny's trying to bum off of, that you are the worst out of them all and the most annoying. That is impressive, Shanny and Rev. But I'm not going to hold you guys here any longer. Let's go ahead and jump into the video.
Like honestly, what's your problem with black men? I mean, your woman wants a black man. She wants me. She doesn't want you. She doesn't want you. But she doesn't want you. Yeah, she wants me, especially when we're dealing with 2 rich white people versus 1 poor black man. Right. Yeah. What happened to those 2 rich white people?
We're living in a tent.
Okay, so and what happened with the black guy? I'm doing pretty good. Yeah. So wait a minute. So you called me the N-word 3 different times.
I'm blessed, man.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're the tail. You're not the head. And then you like 9 Inch Nails. Those satanic people that sing those songs.
They can be satanic.
Yeah, they're very satanic, like you are.
Okay.
You're very satanic. And why won't you get a job to take care of Shanny?
I'm lazy, man.
Say that again? You're lazy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So let me ask you another question then, okay? Shanny, why do you like lazy guys? Shanny.
You like Hitler.
Shanny, why do you like lazy guys? Shanny's smart. I told you, Shanny's already mine, Jason. Shanny is already mine. She's already mine. Yes, I do. She ain't saying nothing. See, I've seen her mad at you before, and I've seen her use you as a pinball. Okay? Stop acting like a tough guy. Do I need to show these guys how you were running upstairs and running from Shanny like you was a little scaredy cat? Yeah, you better believe it. Not me, though, because I'm a real man.
Oh, what? Would you kick her in the face yet?
No, I would never. No, I would spoil Shanny. I would buy Shanny gifts.
Oh.
I would do what you can't do right now.
Go ahead.
I can't because she won't come out the tent.
Well, that's your choice, ain't it?
Yeah, she likes to be with a bum. Shanny, what happened to the scrub song? I don't want no scrub. Yeah, Shanny loves scrubs. She loves scrubs. She loves scrubs. You call me the N-word living in a tent. I can pull out a match and set that thing on fire, and you calling me the N-word. How stupid can you be? Huh?
That was what's this?
How stupid can you be? Who's the dumb one? The person who can light your tent on fire and you have no rights because you're not supposed to be there to begin with. Yeah, Chris, tell him, Chris.
Yeah?
Tell him, Chris. Yeah.
Thanks, Chris, for your support.
Chris is supporting me and watching me record. You say, oh, you're racist propaganda. Jason. I'm sure Buffweed's going to enjoy learning about how many times you called me the N-word.
He came here to fucking
Oh.
fuck with us.
No, I did not. I came to rescue you.
Yeah, but
I came to rescue you from that bum.
I don't know what it is about Gman, but every single time they're interacting with one another and they start getting a little bit close, either Shanny or Rev is dropping the N-bomb on him. It really goes to show you their character. They basically white Bowser him every single time. Well, without fail, as soon as he gives a little bit of pushback to whatever, and I'm going to say, G-Man is not in the right. He's talking crazy right now. All three of these people need to be locked up in a psychiatric ward. I don't know, maybe the people who worked in the ward would get some entertainment during it. The love triangle would go crazy. And I don't even know if G-Man had a thought process while he was walking down there. It's an incredibly manic one, if anything. It goes from, Rev, you're not a man whatsoever, come out here and face me. And then it evolves to, Shannyforchrist, I'm a real man and I love you. You love me, you want to be with me. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see that coming. I know there's been some underlying tension there in the past, mainly from Shanny's side. G-Man isn't necessarily lying, and if the opportunity arose, Shanny might still do it. But, right then and there, she feels challenged, and you never challenge Shannyforchrist. Shanny is one of the most stubborn beings you will ever see on the internet. She is literally homeless right now, and refusing to get up and do anything. There are people outside of her tent threatening to burn it down like the South Park episode. Just burn it all to the ground. And she's just like, I'm just gonna stay here. I'll probably make it. I don't know about Rev, but I'll probably be cool. And I can't not see the irony in G-Man. The same dude Rev gave a house for $1. And then he gave the $1 back to G-Man. So G-Man basically got a free $200-some thousand off of Rev. You'd think you would just let bygones be bygones and just leave these people alone. But I have a feeling maybe G-Man burnt through it or something like that. Who really knows? But he's messing with them again. I can't not see the irony of a guy who got handed a free house by Rev coming to then try to set his tent on fire. And what's even crazier somehow is G-Man reveals a shocking mindset. I don't think he quite understands rules. It's not rules. I guess laws. It should be human rules to not just go after the homeless for no reason. But in G-Man's mind, apparently, if you're homeless, you just forfeit all of your rights. You're just basically living in the Wild West. I don't know where he got that mindset from, but dude, that is a dangerous one to walk around with. He's like, hey, you're not where you're supposed to. That means I can do anything I want to. He's like, I just don't think that's the way it works, G-Man. People in prison have more rights than apparently homeless people do in G-Man's mind.
Because I didn't sleep the couple nights before because of everything with G-Man. Me and Jason, we were completely manic out of our minds, avoiding our freaking site we were at. G-Man came to our spot where we were. We relocated since then, but that's another story right now. But it all started when G-Man came to our site and started just yelling all this dirty shit to us. It was like he was love bombing us and hating us at the same time. He was saying he was going to set our camp on fire. And then We had to kick Chris out of our camp, Amish boy, because he started bringing girls to the camp and harassing them and like showing his to them and scaring them off, so we kicked him out of the camp for that. Like, you ain't gonna treat women like that, dude. You're a pig. Why was he helping G-Man harass us? I don't know. Fucking care. Chris was a bastard, man. He was like laughing with G-Man of him threatening us and saying, it's not real, he's just joking. But Jason's at the CIC right now helping Richard with something. I stayed back because I'm so tired over the last few days of like moving and, you know, the other night we had a washout at the tent, so we didn't sleep at all and everything got soaked, so, you know, we had to get new things, and I'm not saying what my plan is to get out of this situation, but there is one. Yes, the pallets. I said we probably should put the tent on pallets, because it's like, but everything got soaked. All our clothes, all our blankets, like everything. No, I'm not getting my fucking ass up, and I'm not lazy at all. Of bombing, like, but yet, you know, he'd say the most horrible things to both of us, because he wanted us to come out of the tent, and I refused. I didn't want to go out of the tent. Jason didn't want to go out of the tent. We already know he's fucking nuts out of his fucking mind, man. No, he did that on Sunday. But since then, we've been busy looking for places and going all over the place, and it's just been really bad. And I am thoroughly exhausted. It's not just, you know, my head, it's like my whole body is just like, ugh. If he comes here again, okay, Tyrone, I don't believe you, but anyway, if he comes here again, well, not here again, it's a different spot, but if he comes, like, in Scranton again, like, we are gonna call the authorities. Are you threatening Matt with a fresh cheesy pizza? I'll take it. G-Man needs to grow the f*** up and realize that he can't control everyone. Not everyone wants to be controlled.
In my time of covering Rev and Shanny, normally the way it goes is Shannyforchrist gets a problem and she blows it up out of proportion, which drives Rev insane, and then all of a sudden Rev starts making countless mistakes until Shannyforchrist and him are in a blowout argument, and the only way it gets resolved is, well, just time. They'll literally fight on camera for months on end until it's resolved for a couple of weeks, and, you know, normally it depends on what kind of fight they were in, who actually admits the wrong, and they live normally for like a couple of days, and then it starts all over again. But somehow this was entirely Rev's fault. Shanny was telling him forever, hey, let's not get in contact with G-Man, this is just going to be a waste of our time, and he's probably going to find a way to screw us over somehow. And it literally only led to them getting harassed. Rev was just looking at the short-term gain. Like, this dude literally stole $200,000+ right from under their nose. If you was a respectable human being, you would say to your friend who's offering you an entire house for $1 and say, man, you really need to put the bottle down and stop doing things like this. Now, you might be upset if he gives it to the guy next to you for $1 or free, but at least you still with your morals, right? Right? I don't know, I've never been in this situation, but G-Man has, and he screwed Rev over for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Why would you willingly invite this man back into your life? It was so, you already know what's going to happen. He's going to do it all over again, but this time on a smaller scale because you have far, far less. This is the epitome of you play stupid games, you win very, 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 very stupid prizes. Oh, and maybe Shanny could be blamed a little bit because she was accepting the gifts, she was taking them. If she would have just put her foot down, you guys know Rev would not have followed through with it. Rev fears Shanny more than anything, and he's codependent. They're both codependent, toxicity to the maximum, but they've realized they can't be separated from one another. This is to the end, I think. I think. I'm pretty sure at this point. So he wouldn't have been hanging out with Gman, and all of this could have been avoided. Like your tent getting flooded, you know, all that garbage you guys seen during the Gman video. A nice way to keep your environment cleanly around you, Shanny, like you was saying you was. You know, that's definitely gonna make people think highly of you, and if they ever stumble across you on their property, not only are they gonna kick you out, they're gonna be furious with you, like extremely mad because you've left a dump there in the process. You try to say you've cleaned, but like, you know, we know you don't get up and move. Rev literally said himself he's too lazy to work, and now it's all got washed away because you're literally in a water drain area, apparently. And when I read that comment, literally you made the live stream the next day, so I can only imagine they were telling the truth. And we know you're telling lies. The mole just keeps on growing longer each one you say. You guys haven't moved at all. You think, like Rev, packed up everything you guys have and trucked it to some other location with all of your other buddies. Like in the very next story you just told, you literally told on yourself. You're like, hey, we got rid of Chris in the encampment. Oh, we should put pallets on this. That would be such a great idea, instead of, you know, actually moving. And she's like, yeah, we moved. Like nights ago, like for sure, after this all went down. But why would you still need to put pallets under your tent, you know, if you're not in the same exact area? That's why you're having this problem. You're trying to play G-Man for a fool so he doesn't come back and bug you some more. And, well, and maybe it might work on him, but if he pays attention to what you're saying, you've already told on yourself.
I didn't take any of his money he was offering me. I didn't take anything he offered me. I don't want anything to do with the fucker, and he should know better now. When's the last time I went to work? When was the last time you went to work? I'm here, ain't I? Why did Rev call Chimi the N-word? Probably because that's the only word he deserves at this point. Anyway. I mean, look at you, you sexy stud.
Jesus. The masculine.
The masculine arc?
Yeah. I look hella masculine. I do. I prefer femme, to be honest. I prefer femme me.
Why?
Because I do. I don't know. I know. Jesus, on a come down.
On a come down. More like
we're exhausted from it being so f***ing hot and there's no water or food or nothing. And we're trying to get food. What's the deal?
yeah, when you want some food, if you're in water, if you're hot,
Yeah.
we got that much water left.
You see that? Yeah, we're screwed.
We're gonna die,
We're
yo.
gonna die. It's over.
Yeah, but we can always refill your water.
Well, yeah, we can't do that, but
At the 10 cent
yeah, absolutely. But that filtered crap, it tastes like shit. So
And it's not even clear water.
no, it looks pretty rough. So yeah, we're doing a live stream, guys.
Ugh.
That's okay.
Get out of the tent.
Yay, you did it. Yeah, see.
Well, our heads are out of the tent. What does the tent need to get up to before you get jobs?
Oh my God, oh, here we go. Look, I've told you a billion times I was trying the whole time I was at Tommy's, and no one will hire me. So you tell someone to hire me. I don't give a I'm really done with that shit.
Go to the CIC,
That's what you do here.
see if they have any breakfast.
If you're homeless, I almost refuse to believe that you're legit in Scranton. Okay, if you're not going to the CIC. If you show up at the CIC, then I'll go, okay, you're definitely homeless. But that I'm telling you, that's the only game in town.
Alright, only lose me children. Calm down over there. I think there is far better things you could just be calling G-Man than the N-word. Something that's gonna, I don't know, bring you a lot more ire than the one you're directing at G-Man. That's just crazy work. G-Man was been insane, possibly psychotic, manic, out of his mind, an idiot. There's a lot more things you could have referred to him as. That's just your favorite. It's like your Uno reverse card. You just pressed your old vote button real quick. It's your main tool you and Rev have at your disposal. Truly hateful human beings who will then cower and hide behind the Bible. Like, oh no, I'm literally smoking crazy stuff and seeing Jesus. How could you judge me? Like, I am an angel. You know, I'll just call you what you want. I will do what I want. I will give my children away to the authorities. I will give my cats away when I told the entire world that they were going to a home. But yes, you know, these are godly people right here. And let's not forget, just a couple of weeks ago, Shannyforchrist was saying, words hurt, you know. Like, I just can't sit in that hotel room where I'm earning free money from just existing and being a little bit chaotic because those people's words were hurting me. You know, the random strangers who you couldn't see whatsoever. You know, not people you do know, the true hurt and sting of it. But no, now it's okay. Rules for thee, not for me. Literally the Shannyforchrist motto. I mean, these people literally just tried to get on live stream, as you guys heard, just a couple days ago and be like, we're not going to make it. Look how little water we have. Guys, please send me all of the money that you have. I don't care if you're in the hospital right now, have tons of bills, you need to pay for your sons. It doesn't matter. You must provide food for me because I deserve it. They've literally been doing the same shtick since they had a house. It's just now more desperate and dire. But even now, it's not the way they put it. They're so fake. They're so performative. While they're begging their audience for some donations, them pity bucks, some guy literally says, no, you can refill your water. Just calls them out immediately. And since those people can probably hear everything Shanny and Rev are saying, I can only imagine he did that on purpose. He knew they were live streaming. I'm telling you guys, this quote-unquote homeless encampment they're in, where everyone's such a nice person to one another, it's so giving. It seems like they're really tired of Shanny. One guy's already turning on them when Gman shows up. Another guy is now calling them out on their bullcrap. Like, dude, Shanny and Rev must be insufferable. Like, we can see that. It basically bleeds through the TV screen, computer screen, phone screen, whatever you're watching. You can feel the god-awful aura coming off of these people somehow. So just imagine how bad it would be being around them and having nowhere to go. That's gotta be a fate worse than hell.
Let's just give you the rundown that it's pretty simple. This area sucks. We're in the situation we're in probably one of the worst places that you could be in that situation because there's no help. So we have to get out of the state.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. You do your research and, you know, there's other places that are way better treatment of people that are in our situation. There's been enough bullshit that I'm to the point where I could probably say that I don't even want to do, like, drag entertainment on this platform. I would want to go somewhere else. Like, I've always been a YouTuber. That's how I felt. Like, oh my God, I'm going to stick with YouTube. I'm a YouTuber, you know, but no. Because the audience is so, wow.
Hateful, mean-spirited, unforgiving.
The main thing I'm thinking
liars.
Of is mentally ill. Like,
You got 16K steps so far today? Oh God, I don't know how many steps I've taken today. A lot. Foodie got a scooter and said F it all. Yeah, she did. She did, and she's ruining her health for it, and she's expecting a lot of, you know, apparently she went to Canada to lose all this weight, and she's not doing shit to help herself. She's just continuing to eat. You tend to learn when you're living homeless. You tend to learn to mind your own fucking business.
mm-hmm.
Because when you don't mind your business, fucked up shit happens.
Yeah, and you gain a reputation as being a
narc.
You could call it, that's the word pretty much. Yeah. Like shit talkers out here. They become hated, you know.
So you saying you'd rather be hungry than to walk for about an hour or 30 minutes? No shame, just asking. How do you expect us to lug it back? Like, seriously.
Whoa.
Like,
You're talking pantry food? You want us to
yeah.
fucking Campbell's soup all day? Okay. I mean, that's an option, but we choose not to live that option. Nah, it's not really an option. You can get certain amounts of food, but it's not like endless. We need something else other than pantry items.
Sure. So that doesn't make me feel good or make me want to do anything afterwards. It makes me want to vomit.
Yeah.
What about showers? I had a shower today. It's hot. What the f do you want?
It's hot.
I'm homeless. So no ideas. What makes you think we have no ideas? Just because we're not saying what we're planning doesn't mean that we don't have a plan. Maybe we don't want people to know what we're doing.
No, the fact of the matter is that if we had a plan, it's guaranteed that you would know nothing about it.
Yeah.
So do we have a plan? You fucking guess. If you think yes, then maybe yes. If you think no, definitely no.
It's hard to get on your feet in this area. There's no jobs opening, too.
There's a lot of people looking for jobs, yeah.
I know. We're all in competition with each other here.
A lot of people like their SSI.
Don't be talking about Jason and his alcoholism, please. That's kind of fucking rude and nasty. You know, he's been sober for well over a month now.
Yeah, I don't know how long I have. I haven't had one in a while, though. Quite a long while.
Yeah, so I'm proud of him. So fuck you for that comment.
Foodie Beauty is a very easily criticizable person. She makes questionable decisions all the time. And from what I know or what I've heard, has done some very heinous things. I mean, she literally got exposed like, I think a week ago I seen on Twitter for using a filter to make her face look thinner. So yeah, Foodie Beauty is definitely a criticizable person to, you know, have some laughs at. But Shannyforchrist, you know, you're not the person to talk. You can't be throwing stones when you live in such a glass house. Your and Foodie's life are kind of similar. In fact, hers is just a little bit better than yours, I guess. Maybe not. She's put herself in some very precarious situations, but I'm gonna say slightly just a tad bit better. Maybe you guys can disagree, and that's perfectly fine. I don't know enough about Foodie Beauty. But when you're only losing weight because you're on some questionable substances and because you became homeless through your own actions, and I will bring this up every single time, because you and Rev fought your way into homelessness, Uncle Tommy would definitely have let you guys keep the house if police wasn't coming every single day. You'd still have the house. This is your own fault. 100%. So you can't really criticize Foodie Beauty. I mean, I guess you can, but it comes off really hypocritical. Especially when your moral compass revolves around who has wronged you at the time. Like, Shanny doesn't care about a thing in this world, but if she gets wronged in some way, shape, or form, she'll start gaining beliefs around that and say, this is why you're wrong. This is why I can't stand you and you don't believe in this, that, and the third. That's literally what Shanny does all the time. Like when she's telling everybody, you know, I've been homeless for years. I'm a homeless aficionado. But then Shanny's homeless for like, what, a month or two at this point, and should completely know better because in her words, she's been homeless 7 or 8 times and she's got this. Like, she can handle this better than Rev. But she's also calling out pimps and almost getting into brawls, you know, in homeless shelters, damn near getting kicked out. But she's going to tell everybody when you're homeless, you need to mind your business. You know, you got to stay low, away from the pack. Make sure nobody's there who can harm you. And you know what? That would sound like solid advice if Shanny was following it. The literal only reason she's saying that right now is because when Gman came up there and was yelling at them, all of their homeless friends didn't gather around and like kick Gman out of there personally. That's it. Such entitled people. But I guess this is the same people who literally go onto the internet, beg for food from strangers instead of getting up and walking to the pantry. And you heard Rev say it himself. He's like, well, I mean, I guess that's an option. I mean, I guess. And then Shanny just makes a huge grunt like, ugh. Don't say that, Rev. And Rev immediately kicked into action. He knew he was in trouble. Rev never knows when to shut his mouth. Shanny is grifting, sir. Please do not interrupt. But he did, and he almost got in a lot of trouble. So then he had to backpedal real quick to take a couple steps back and be like, so what I meant by that, guys, is it's just not sustainable, you know. I'm not going to subject myself to chicken noodle soup. And it's like, let's be for real, Rev. I mean, if you've got nothing, you're telling people you're too lazy to work. I mean, that's what you deserve, I guess. Be thankful that people are willing to give that to you. It reminds me so much when he was getting underwear from a lady, and he starts yelling at her about her not being a real Christian while drunk, screaming at her. And she's the lady giving him underwear to wear for the day. You know, it's like ungrateful behavior to the maximum, both of them.
Or whatever you want to call them, straights, whatever, they don't care. Because they got the job and they're living their life.
Exactly.
They don't care.
They don't realize how hard it is if you don't have anything.
And if they hear homeless person, they go, oh, yeah, they're lazy. They're just lazy.
Yeah.
That's usually...
Yeah, and I can say they're probably one of the hardest working people I've ever seen. You know, compared to people who take everything for granted.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're drinking something right now in a cup and they're just taking that for granted.
They're sitting in a house.
Sitting in a house with air conditioning, looking on a screen, and they take it all for granted. How it could just be one day, boom, it's all taken away, and then you're on the streets.
It's absolutely true. Could be anybody.
I know. It could be anyone.
Any one of you, any second, it could happen, you know?
You never know if your house is going to burn down or something like that. You don't know. And even if you thought that about us, when are you going to God forgive people over scenarios that are nobody's business and didn't even involve anyone? Like, goddamn, where the is the mercy in the world? Why are you so cold and robotic and dead inside? No human spirit, you know? At least I could say one thing about homeless people is we all help each other. We walk to the CIC. I have this huge freaking blister on my foot. That makes it so bad. And I'm just chilling, low energy, because it's hot out. But yeah, we've just been surviving the best we can. It's hard though. We really are trying though to get better for ourselves though. Right now, it's just no one's sitting here and stagnating. I did shit today. Did you? Or were you on the internet watching me all day? Or I can't wait for Shanny to come online so I can say mean things to her. Is that what you did? Probably what you did. Have I been looking for a job? Oh boy, you have no idea. But I wouldn't tell you if I was either, or had a job, because nobody's business. Are we cooking? We're not cooking on the site. We can't. We just eat like packaged food and shit. I don't have anything to cook on anyway. I don't have a pot or, you know, anything like that. What happened to the vampire guy? He ate bamboo and got sick.
Don't smoke out of bamboo. Don't smoke out of bamboo. Explain the whole story that I made a bamboo pipe.
Yeah, you made a bamboo pipe, and he was smoking out of it, and he ate some of it, just figuring out how it would taste bamboo, and he ended up puking green all night.
I didn't swallow any of it either.
You didn't swallow it?
No.
Oof. Oh. How's the tent going? We got more Dr. Pepper to give. Oh, Moose, yes. I'll take all the Dr. Pepper.
All of them.
We exist on planes, not planets. Some Native American cultures believe we're on a turtle. Oh my God, he got bamboo poisoning. Is that a thing? Bamboo poisoning?
I thought it was totally edible. Bamboo.
I don't know.
You cook bamboo.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you have to cook the bamboo for it to be edible. Okay.
Even China, they eat bamboo, but they cook it.
Shanny, you might be the most ungrateful person I've ever seen. You literally had a family, 2 children, and you cared for them so little that you gave them away willingly to CPS. You didn't even put up a fight. You was telling your viewers it was basically a vacation. And if anybody was watching that who had a little bit of knowledge would realize what a disgusting thing you actually just did, and now how you're referring to it as. You lost your kid, right? And you want to gain them back. But this is how ungrateful you are. When they voice some of their concerns to you, namely Rev, where, I don't know, Rev was literally kicking his brother, so he might, you know, have a little bit of anger residing in him over this man. He's like, hey, I want you to be gone with them. Well, what do you then do? You start accusing your own son of being one of the most heinous things in the world, a PDF. And you thought that was perfectly fine because somebody made you upset. You are ungrateful with everything that's handed to you. You have been donated to for years upon years upon years. You are literally given a house and then you fought your way out of it. You guys could still be living there, but it's your own fault. 100%, there's no question about it. That is to me, that is truly ungrateful. And now you're going to sit here and tell people who's just enjoying their day watching something that they're ungrateful? You don't know their life. I guarantee you, since they're able to watch and, you know, enjoy the content, that they probably have something going on and that they're very grateful what they have. And if they don't at the moment, they probably have in the past and they're working to get back there right now. You know, Shanny. And then those same people you was just telling that, you know, you got no life, you know, you're just terrible people, you then beg them for forgiveness. Well, if they're such terrible people, why would you care what their opinion of you is? It doesn't make any sense. Just call it what it is. I'm tired of my past accusations being brought up over and over and over again. And the thing is, Shanny, the things you're dealing with, the things you've been accused of, is not forgivable things. Like, you literally faked C, like the big C word. Like, that's crazy work. You and Boogie are pulling the same class. And Rev committed CA multiple times. You're like, this is crazy work. And you accused your son of some heinous stuff as well. This is some unforgivable actions. Like, Tom just doesn't make those better. Especially, like, you haven't even, like, said you're sorry about any of this. You just lie and move on. Lie and move on. But I guess that's enough for me today, guys. And I'm just going to mention this. Speaking of the guy who was doing things with bamboo, eating it potentially. Yeah, I guess he did. Yeah, that's poisonous. Don't do that. That's dangerous, and no wonder he was throwing up green stuff for hours on end. I guess now Shanny is a survival guide. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, follow all the socials down below. Use the new hype feature, leave a comment, and I'll catch you guys next time.